Hi FlossTube friends, this is Tina Frazier coming to you from Columbus, Ohio. Today is Friday, August 2nd at approximately 12:17 a.m. Technically, it's August 3rd, Saturday at 12:17 a.m. Coming to you today with a little bit of a late video and in my craft room. I have the windows open just because, you know, you can hear the night sounds outside, but we had rainstorms and thunderstorms come through earlier tonight that actually cooled it down a lot. So I'm trying to get some fresh air into my craft room, and I just have everything in the craft room tonight, so I wanted to just come to you with a new video update. Sorry it's been a month. It's been a heck of a month for me here this this go around. Mom celebrated her 77th birthday on Monday. I took the day off to be home with her, and we went out and had lunch. We did some shopping, just kind of hang out for the day. And when Dylan got off work that day, we cooked Dylan cooked the lobster, but I cooked all the rest of the stuff. I don't like shellfish, so I had a steak, and we had baked potatoes and some salad and some really, it was a cucumber, tomato, onion salad with red wine vinegar and some seasonings with it. So it's one of my favorite summer salads to make. But we had a good birthday, and got some pictures to show you from Mom. We went to BJ's. So this is Mom's birthday dinner with the lobster tails. She turned 77 on Monday. Had my stepdad Gus not passed away in June of 2019, he would have been 89 Monday, and they would have celebrated their 46th wedding anniversary. They were born on the same day, 12 years apart, and they got married on their birthday when I was 7 years old. So I am 53 now, and yeah, so this was my mom's birthday dinner steak. Sorry, it's washed out. Come on. It's gonna look washed out. There you go. But there is the baked potato, the steak, and all that. And then we got Mom a cake from BJ's. So this is Mom's birthday cake. So she celebrated her 77th birthday on Monday. So we did that, and there's some exciting news coming up that I'm going to talk to you about. So today's video is going to be kind of a July wrap-up and a bit of August plans, being now that it is August. And I'm going to show you the full coverage whips that I worked on in the month of July. I participated in Sane Stitcher's Wheel of Whips event for July, and I put all my full coverage projects on the Wheel of Whips to spin, and the whole goal was 200. Every time the project was spun and selected by the roulette decision wheel app on my phone, I stitched 200 stitches on that, and I decided to use all full coverage stitches so I could get some full coverage progress done. So I'll talk to you a little bit about my my July stitching, show you some of my projects that I worked on. It was all full coverage the whole month of July, and kind of talk to you about my plans going forward for August. So that's what I have for you today. Hopefully today's video may or may not be long. I don't know what it's gonna be, but I may end up having to get up and close the door if Mom decides that she needs to go to sleep. I had kind of a bad day today at work. Today Thursdays and Fridays are my work from home days, and my husband and I picked my husband up for lunch. We were going to go to Indian Buffet just up the road from our house, and my husband works less than 5-minute drive from our house. So I picked him up for lunch, and we were heading over to the buffet, which is really close to the house, and we were rear-ended by some motherfucking asshole. Sorry about the motherfucking asshole rear-ended us and turned around, made a U-turn, and drove off before we could even get his license. We were stopped at a stop sign waiting to turn right. We were in a line of cars. We had turned left onto this little side road at the intersection at the bottom of the hill. And I had turned left on the yellow light after the traffic had stopped. And he and another car behind him actually made the left turn with me. And he was tailgating me the entire way up the service road to the other main highway road that we were trying to get to turn right to go to the restaurant. And he was tailgating me, kind of doing this behind my car, tailgating me really quick. And I was about 6th or 7th car in line trying to make the right turn when we got up towards the top of the hill. And so he finally backed off a little bit. And finally, when the car in front of me was able to make his right turn, I pulled up and another car was coming. And behind the car, it looked like there might have been enough clearance, but it was this work truck. You know, they had, it was like a F-150 pickup type truck with, braces and stuff in the bed of the truck. And it looked like gardening type stuff. Anyway, it looked like a work truck. And it was coming at a fast enough speed. I didn't think I could make the turn in between the car that had come when I first pulled up to stop and the truck. And I gauged that the truck was coming too fast for me to make my right turn safely. So I stopped. And he must have thought that I was going to gun it, because he suddenly gunned it and slammed right into me the minute that he realized we were getting out of the car. He quickly made a U-turn and went back down the little side road and drove away before we could even get his license. So some stupid fucking motherfucker rear-ended us today. Luckily, we weren't hurt. My nerves were really frazzled. We got to the restaurant, and it took me a little bit to calm down. And so the car, there's a little itty bitty kind of scratch on the rubberized black rubber part of our back bumper near the driver's side, and a very itty bitty minuscule nick in the orange paint. But other than that, we can't see any damage. Luckily, when I was leaving the restaurant after sitting there relaxing, getting something to eat, and just kind of relaxing for a bit, getting my nerves to settle, I was still really pissed that the guy fucking drove off. Who does that? Well, I know who does that. This is the second time that we've been rear-ended and the driver tried to drive off. The first time, some people that saw the accident stopped her and made sure that she waited for the cops to get there because it was her fault. But anyway, so we were involved in a rear end collision hit and run today. We're fine. Car's fine. It's not throwing any error messages or anything like that. So I think the backup sensors and cameras are all right. And the bumper is still attached, and we can't see any cracks or anything like that. We can't see anything visible at all really wrong with the car, except you can see there was a little scratch on the bumper part. So it was kind of a bad day. I'm getting a little tired tonight. I also haven't been sleeping really well, and just lots of stuff going on. Next Tuesday is Dylan's birthday. Dylan turns 55. I turned 53 in March. Dylan turns 55 on Tuesday. So I'm looking forward to having that day off as well. Today was just not a good day. I really didn't get much done at work because of the whole accident thing. It was not a good thing. But anyway, so enough about life. Sorry about that little segue into life. I'm good. Mom wasn't in the car with me. Dylan was in the car with me. Dylan's good. We're all good. Dylan also didn't think to get his phone out to take a picture. I think I saw the 3 letters on the license plate, but you can't do it. And the car was a dark colored 4-door car. It was a mid-sized 4-door car. It wasn't an SUV or anything like that. Had it been an SUV, we probably would have had busted tail light or something, but he hit us hard. It made us do this, and yeah, I don't know, but the stupid idiot made a U-turn, managed to get enough clearance to make a U-turn, and took off. So yeah, that's that. So I am going to be talking to you today about cross stitch. I also have a video snippet that I have to do showing you a diamond painting update. So you'll be getting a diamond painting video sometime this weekend as well. And I'm just going to show you some puzzle haul and talk to you some more. So for Amazon Prime Days a couple weeks ago, my husband ordered a 3D printer. So we got a 3D printer, and I have this was one of the print files that came with some of the documents and paperwork with our 3D printer. This is a little beckoning Nico. It's a little Japanese cat. So this was our first test print. We had a pink filament. This is PLA filament. We got a Creality Ender 3 SE or something, but we have the little Creality little thing. So this was one of the test print files, little beckoning Nico. Just thought he was really cute. I have some ideas for some 3D printing that I want to do, and we've got some stuff, you know, that we're going to be messing around with the 3D printer for the next few months. So I'm going to talk to you for cross stitch. Like I said, I'm going to talk to you about my July stitching, my August plans. I haven't yet stitched this month. I'm probably not going to start stitching until probably tomorrow or Sunday. And we have some exciting retreat plans for you, because we have another retreat added to our fall-ish retreat schedule, Mom and I. So I have that exciting news to talk about, and then show you some plans and kind of wrap it up. Hopefully this video won't be too long. It's going on 12 minutes right now. All right, so the first things I'm going to talk to you about. This is my stitching tracker log that I keep next to my stitching chair. So you see, in the month of July, I did actually a lot more of nothing and a lot more diamond painting than I did of stitching. So you can see here all these different things I diamond painted. For cross stitch, I stitched on 6 projects over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I stitched 8 days in the month of July on 6 projects for a total of 1,632 stitches. The project I stitched on the most was Coral by, I think it's Bridget Ashwood, and it's charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. And the one I stitched the least on was Blossom Blade. It's a Charting Creations pattern, full coverage pattern. I stitched 310 stitches on Coral and 204 stitches on Blossom Blade. So let me get to the projects that I stitched on in July. These are not in the order that I stitched them in, but these are for the Sane Wheel of Whips projects. So this first project is Hunter's Moon. This is where I'm at now, and the little bit that I did is up in this section here, up here at the top. I worked up here, is where I worked. So I worked up here in the top. This is a piece that I had started on. This is 28 count mushroom even weave from a big box craft store. And I started this quite a few years ago. I've gotten several pages of the cross stitch pattern done. I don't have it pulled up, and I'm using my tablet to record this, so I can't actually look at Pattern Keeper to see how much I've stitched. But what I'm doing with all these full coverage pieces, this part over here, all the main part of this that I have stitched so far, the moon, the bird, and everything is stitched using 2 strands of floss tent stitch. I am switching all my full coverage pieces to 1 strand of floss tent stitch because this part here is very, very full and very, very thick, and it's kind of curling and warping the fabric a little bit. So I am going to be making all of my full coverage pieces 1 strand over 1 strand tent stitch. And because I have so much done on this piece, I am not ripping out what I've completed so far to restart it using 1 strand. I'm just going to continue on with the 1 strand. I think on this piece it's not going to make much of a difference, but it might in some of the other pieces I'm getting ready to show you that I worked on this month. I don't know if I'll start them over and whatnot. So the next piece I have to show you, this is a Heaven and Earth Designs. Oh, that was Hunter's Moon by Allison Spokes. It is charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. I have Heaven and Earth Designs patterns in my library, but I am no longer purchasing Heaven and Earth Designs patterns. If there's a free pattern that shows up on their website and is advertised in one of the Facebook groups, depending on the pattern, I may go and pull it off the website, but I am no longer purchasing patterns from Heaven and Earth Designs. So just be aware of that. This is another Heaven and Earth Designs pattern. This is, I forget, this is Hidden Harbor. I had started this back when Noah Stitches, I don't know if you remember Noah Stitches, he was a floss tuber that I was watching actively. He, I don't think he does any more stitching videos on YouTube, but he got his teaching certificate and he's now teaching young kids. And so part of his video, he was, doing adult stuff, and, he just decided that since he's now an influencer of young kids, that he would probably not be doing videos much anymore. And anyway, so for Hidden Harbor, I was working here. This is another piece that I originally started. I think I started this using 2 strands of floss. Yeah, it feels like 2 strands of floss, I think. And I'm moving over to 1. So where I've been working on is right here. And I'm using the stair step method right there. But there was 200 stitches in there, a little over 200 stitches in Hidden Harbor. That's where I got to on this. This one has been staying on the scroll frame. This one hasn't been staying on the scroll frame, but I use the Easy Stitch tape system to attach the projects to my scroll frame. You'll see the white tape here. This is the fuzzy part of the Velcro system, and the sticky part of the Velcro system is actually on the edge of the fabric. So I can take the pieces of these on and off my fabric. And I'm using the parking method. These are just bobbins that are holding the parked threads kind of out of the way. So that is Hidden Harbor, charted by Hayden. This next one is Coral. This was a piece that I had started when I was out in California one visit. I had initially started this. I didn't get very far on it, and I was using, since I was out in California, I hadn't yet started using 32 count easy count, so I had a piece of white even weave that I had used Sulky Sliver floss to grid, and so all I had done was that little part up in the upper corner, and I had since decided that I was going to use 32 count easy count for it. And for this Sane Stitchers challenge, I did 310 stitches as a restart in the upper corner. So that's my 310 stitches. on the 32 count, easy count. I don't know, this was done 2 strands. Oh, this original part was done 2 strands. Oh, that's the back side. 2 strands over 1 tent. And I decided to restart it to do it in 1 strand on the 32 count. So that was a restart for me this month. This is what it's going to be. This is Coral by Bridget Ashwood. This was a freebie pattern a while back through Heaven and Earth Designs. All my flosses for this are still in my shopping bag because when I was out in California, I didn't have my flosses. So I went to Joann's and bought all the floss skeins that I needed for this. So, yeah. I hadn't picked this up since I started it in California. I believe it was in 2016 maybe that I started this. It's been a long time. So I haven't picked this one up in a long time. So I put 310 stitches in it and was really happy for it. I don't remember where I got this two-sided like plastic, two-sided zipper plastic mesh bag. I don't remember where this bag came from, but this is a mesh project bag. All right. This one is the next full coverage project I work on. This is Blossom Blade by Charting Creations. The artwork is by Max Windy, Blossom Blade, Charting Creations. My husband and I really like anime type. And this is one where I am not restarting, but I am taking what I've stitched so far, and most of what I've stitched so far is using 2 strands of floss. But like Hunter's Moon, this is getting too bulky, and so I am converting over to just using 1 strand of floss. And you might be able to tell the difference here because it looks a little darker. So there's a square here and this square here. I don't know. I'm going to go down over here and finish this row to see if I can really tell the difference in the white. But you can kind of tell the difference in 1 strand versus 2 on this. I didn't want to restart it on the easy count because of all the light colored white stitching in this corner. But I don't know if switching to 1 strand is going to make so much of a difference on this fabric with this that it's going to look weird. Right now it does look, you can definitely tell a difference. So I don't know how I'm going to deal with that whole difference in look. I figure I'll probably deal with that later when I pull this out, maybe later on this year, next year, to work on it. I do have the piece of easy count fabric to stitch it on. I just don't know if I'm gonna restart. I'm not very far into the piece, so I could actually restart it, but I don't know if that's gonna be a thing. And the last project in July that I worked on, that was 6, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hidden Harbor, Christmas Elegance. I don't know if this is a fairy motif. Did it fall down in my bag? Maybe it fell down in my bag. There we go. That's it. Okay, I found it. Alright, so this next one came out of the Keepsakes 2024 calendar. This is Christmas Elegance. And so this is Stained Glass Elegance. It is designed by Ursula Michael. It is a full coverage pattern. I just started this December 25th, 24th or 25th last year on 32 count easy count. And this is where I got to. The 200 and some stitches that I put in on Christmas of Elegance, I was filling in the green and the red square. So that's the stitches that I put in on this. I had done all the rest of the black stitching Christmas last year. This was a Christmas 2023 start for me. So that is that. And then the last thing I worked on was another piece that I haven't touched in a little while. This is another chart by Heaven and Earth Designs. This is Faces. No, that's not the one. This one is Faces of Fairy 195 by Jasmine Beckett Griffith, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. Jasmine Beckett Griffith is one of my most favorite artists out there. I have quite a few of her Heaven and Earth Designs charts. This was another piece that I started initially stitching 2/110, and I had enough of it finished, and it's on light enough fabric that I'm just going to continue on with this fabric, because I don't think you're going to be able to tell much of a difference between me going from one strand or two strands down to one strand. Now the only difference you're going to be able to see, so I put in these 300 stitches on her right in here, or 200 and some stitches. You are going to be able to see the gridding a little more prominently in the one stranded sections now, but this is where I was, and I just put in the stitches here. So that's all the stitching that I have. One of the other projects that I couldn't find earlier this year, I found in this bag when I took out Faces of Fairy to stitch. And this was the Quick Stitch Porthole of Fantasy, which is also a Jasmine Beckett Griffith piece. I couldn't find this initially at the beginning of the year when I was verifying all my whips to do. One of the other things that I had to do, though, with these projects is I used to have just a master set of floss next to my stitching chair with all the DMC floss colors for all the kids that I had going on. I had it in a big tub sitting right next to my stitching chair. When my in-laws got sick in 2018 and passed away, I was finding it harder and harder to travel with that big box if I was only taking 2 projects or 3 projects. I couldn't just pick up those projects and go. I had to take the projects and then take the big box of floss, because it was all the floss for all the whips that I had going on at the time. Since then, when I pull out new kits, or when I pull out whips that I'm stitching on, I create floss cards now, and so each project now is getting their own little sets of floss. So this is for Faces of Fairy. I had to go through, when I started stitching on this last week, I had to take a night and actually pull the flosses for the project, because I hadn't done that before for this one. And for the Porthole of Fantasy one, I also have to do that. So I have the floss cards that I will be using. I have the floss cards for the Porthole of Fantasy ready to go. I just need to pull the threads and I'll pull them. I don't know. I was having fun actually stitching the full coverages using the whip wheel for the Sane wheel of whips for July. I was having a lot of fun doing that. And I may actually decide to do that going forward for next year, or maybe even just the rest of this year, because I was actually kind of enjoying doing that, and it was getting me the opportunity to work on projects that I hadn't worked on all month. So that's where I was on. That's where I was for the month of July. So for August, my WIPGO, I have WIPGO plans. So you can see for August, Here is a July. This is July's square. This was for pandemic. This is Stitch a Monochromatic project. I did finish Stitch a Winter themed piece down here. It was the Let It Snow. No, that's June. Those were June's. So for June, I still have the pandemic square up here left to do. I didn't finish June. For July, it was draw a BNS prompt card and stitch the prompt, square number 6 and square number 23, which is a Mill Hill kit or ornament. I haven't done any of the July stitching for WIPGO. And speaking of the BNS cards, I will go ahead and pull my project while I'm on the video with you. If I can dig it out of my bag. There they are. So I think it was 2 or 3 years ago, as you know, Black Needle Society, or you may not know, Black Needle Society, they do subscription boxes. And one of the subscription boxes a couple of years ago was kind of a Halloween, or like a Stitcher's theme thing. And one of the things in their box that you can get was this deck of BNS Stitching Challenge cards. It was a deck of cards that they sent. And on every one of the cards is a stitching challenge. This one happens to be Stitch on a Piece designed before 2010. Alright, so the whole goal of this deck, use these 52 cards to help inspire your stitching throughout the year. Choose a card when you need help choosing your next project, or draw one card a week for a year long challenge. So what I'm going to do, the July square 6 thing was to draw a BNS prompt card and stitch the prompt. So I am going to shuffle the cards and we are going to draw my prompt for July square 6. July's other square is a Mill Hill kit or ornament. I'm probably going to pull out the Jim Shore puppy that I had started working on last year, and that I was working on some last year, and probably pull that out. All right, one more shuffle, and we will draw the cards. Okay, so we have the deck of cards. Whoops, some of them fell. I'm going to stick those behind, and I'm going to cut the deck right there. And the card, the prompt for July that I'm going to stitch is this one. Stitch on a piece with beads. Okay, stitch on a piece with beads. All right, so I'm going to mark that here on my thing. A piece. Oop, that is the wrong pen. A piece with beads. That's kind of fun, and I may actually use this deck. Next year. So this is my prompt for July: stitch on a piece with beads. All right. If you kind of like me using this card, I had actually thought about making this kind of like my my challenge for next year. You know, pulling a card once a week for 52 weeks, getting through the deck. Maybe just leaving the cards. Maybe I don't know, leaving the cards in the deck, and in case a prompt comes up more than once, and just kind of doing it and see what I get throughout the year. But so I did my thing for that. That deck has been really nice. I've been intending to use it more. Haven't. So on my WIPGO square this year, I have two squares. I have another one over here. Draw a BNS prompt card and stitch the prompt. So the whole goal for this is 500 stitches. Those are my goals on WIPGO. So a piece with beads. To be honest with you, I don't know yet what piece I'm going to pick. It could be a Mirabilia. It could be a lavender and lace. It could just be Mill Hill kit, because Mill Hill kits have beads. We're coming up into the fall, so it might actually be just a Mill Hill kit. So I'll have the July Mill Hill kit and another Mill Hill kit, because it'll be pieces with beads. So I'll probably just work on 2 Mill Hill kits maybe, because they both we'll have beads. Then for August square is square number 12 and 15. 12 right here is a piece close to a finish. And square number 15 is roll the decision roulette wheel to determine the project. So on my phone here, I have a decision roulette wheel. It's called the Decision Roulette Wheel. So it's an app. It's by Treebit. You can find it on Google Play. And it basically, you have pieces here. So I have a couple of roulette wheels already set up. We're going to do WIP Parade 1 2024. So I'm going to start there. On the WIP Parade 1, I have a thing that also tells me to go to WIP Parade 2. On WIP Parade 2 has the rest of the projects. And I think I have some on there that will either tell me go to the cell roulette, the mill hole roulette, or the semi-stain wheel roulette. So I'm going to go ahead and spin the WIP Parade 1 roulette for you. Okay, so this is WIP Parade. Princess and the Pea. So it is a full coverage project. So I get to work on another full coverage project. Princess and the Pea. Princess and the Pea. So I have to put 500 tent stitches on Princess and the Pea. So I did take a picture of it. Let me double check to make sure that it, yep. So I did take a picture of it, the roulette wheel. Hey, Princess and the Pea. So that is I'll be putting that up on my WIPGO thing, and that'll be fun. So maybe I'll fill WIPGO next year with doing decision roulette and BNS cards, just kind of a mix. Or I'll just kind of make the what might happen is when Jess, an idea just thought of, when Jessie Marie picks the squares, I'll highlight the squares, and then I'll put a whip wheel or BNS card in one of the two things, and then I'll do a live video where I select that, and those will be my projects for the month. So I might do this, kind of do that idea next year, as opposed to making it generalized. That might be kind of fun to do. Just random whip. So it's Princess and the Pea. I might actually have that one pulled. I will have to dig and look for it. That is not it. I think that is not it. Nope. Princess and Pea. Nope. Nope. I actually don't think I really have it out. No, that is Hunter's Moon. Princess and Pea. I don't think that is it. That is Enchanted Reindeer. Yeah. I don't have Princess and the Pea available. Unless it's in here. Is this it? This might actually be it. Is this it? Yes, actually, this is it. So this is the whip wheel for, oh, there's my Faces of Fairy thing. I need to put that on Faces of Fairy. Okay. So this is my Princess and the Pea by Jasmine Beckett Griffith. I do not have the printout here in the pattern for you. But this was one that I restarted the last time I worked on it. 1/110 on 32 count, easy count. Where I was before I restarted it, again, this was a piece of natural linen. And that's where I was when I restarted it. It's the top of the bed canopy for Princess and the Pea. This is another Jasmine Beckett Griffith piece. And while I'm thinking about it, I am actually going to take the Faces of Fairy needle minder off of her. This is my Faces of Fairy needle minder, and that is going on Faces of the Fairy now that I have it out. So this will be the August, one of the August WIPGOs. And I don't know which one I'm going to be picking for piece closest to a finish, but anyway, add my needle minder to Faces of Fairy. Ooh. I have to put the needle on the back on that one. Alright. Do I have a needle minder on here? Yes, I have a needle minder on here. I will actually swap that out. So that needle goes up there. Alright. Bear with me just a minute. I'm just trying to get needle minders and needles sorted out. Alright. Needles and needle minders have been sorted out. All right. Come on, off of there. There we go. Yay. Okay. Now, for August, some of the things I am working on. Full coverage fanatic or fandom stitching challenges. I am on Team Mickey. They are doing the Olympics Dash Go. I filled out the prompts. I am not keeping up with this at all. I haven't stitched anything on these prompts. So the whole goal is to try and get, it's like WIPGO, you're trying to get a straight line or a diagonal. And unfortunately, it's based off of prompts. They gave you 32 prompts, I believe. 35 prompts, 32 prompts. And it goes until September 9th. So it's from July 26th to September 9th. 3 points. I selected the gold level. So you get 3 points per every 100 stitches or 200 tenths you stitch. Yeah, I haven't stitched for anything on this, so I have not gotten any points yet. And you get extra points if you get a line, if you fill up your whole board, whatever. So I still have a long ways to go on this. I am not, I'm not quite giving up on it just yet. Besides WIPGO. So you have my WIPGO, you have my Dash Go. For the 24 hours of cross stitch, the 24 hours of cross stitch acrostic is support local. I have yet to fill out what projects are going on that. Princess and the Pea is probably going to be one of them. Creatively crafting, if you go to the free, capital F-R-E-E, free cross stitch challenge group, you can do Stitcho. They have a Stitcho bingo board with all these different prompts. Some of the prompts are stitch with a dark green color floss, stitch in the morning, stitch to summery music, stitch with DMC 310, which I could do because I'm going to be working on stained glass Hello Kitty also this month. Stitch with DMC 307, finish this month's mini freebie pattern, stitch on a Monday, start something, I can do that too. Add a personal touch to a piece, stitch a needle, stitch on a Friday, set this month's stitching goals. I did that because I did spent time doing that yesterday. Stitch 1,000 stitches total, stitch 1,500 stitches. All the corners are stitch total prompts. And then they also have a stitching tracker. The goal for the month is 8,000 stitches. The neat thing about this is you can go to the free cross stitch challenge group and download this around the first of the month. You can download the Stitcho board and the stitching challenge thing, and every month you get the opportunity to count up your points and submit them for prizes. So this is the stitch challenge for August. The stitching the stitch count goal for this month is 8,000 stitches. So for every 1,000 stitches you make, you get a point. You get all 8, you get 10 points. Or 18 points, because it's 8 and then plus 10. So you get 18 points. And then, so you can fill it out, and then you submit your points every month, and you get put into a drawing, or you can use your point. I'm not exactly sure. I've never actually accumulated my stitching points. I've never really followed up with that. But anyway, lots of interesting things going on this month. This is the 24 hours of cross stitch calendar that I've printed off. So one of the things I wanted to talk to you about, plans for August. So my needle workshop here in Columbus, Cross My Heart Limited. I know there's there's a few people that I know that for whatever reason have chosen not to support this cross stitch store. They'd rather go to Keepsakes or Finley, to Keepsakes down in Cincinnati, or Finley, I forget the shop name up there, to shop, and that's fine. Everybody has that, but anyway, they host a stitching retreat every year. They've been hosting it for well over 20 years now, up in Amish country here in Ohio, up in Berlin, Ohio, which is Amish country, kind of north, about an hour and a half to 2 hours northeast of here. And this year, the Camp Gotta Stitch is over Labor Day weekend. It was in June last year. This big snafu with last year. Mom and I were able to go, but it was in June last year. We were able to go, and so this year they changed it to September, because a lot of people preferred it back in the fall. Well, doing it like anything after about mid-September through Christmas in Amish country is a real pain in the butt to schedule. And there's just a lot going on. So they settled and made contract with the Berlin Grand Hotel, where the retreat is held at, in Berlin, Ohio, to host the retreat Labor Day weekend, which gives everybody the potential. It's a travel weekend. Kids may or may not be in school, but it's a travel weekend. It's a 3-day holiday, 3-day weekend. So Monday is Labor Day. So everybody has that Monday off. So, maybe you could travel to go. And we weren't sure 100% what, if Mom and I could go earlier this year. And a couple weeks ago, Mom and I actually paid for our registration. And we are going to Camp Gotta Stitch Labor Day weekend. So it starts Friday, August 30th and goes technically until Sunday, September 2nd. You can stay overnight September 2nd and come home Monday, September 3rd. That is Labor Day, and my husband has that day off. But I decided this year that I did not want to stay that extra day to come back on Monday, because my husband had originally wanted to maybe try and go see his brother up in Cleveland that weekend. And we hadn't yet paid for the Camp Gotta Stitch registration. So when he asked me that, I kind of said, well, I know that's camp weekend, so if you really tell me you want to go see your brother, we'll go do that instead. And he goes, no, you and Mom need a trip. So he's like, we'll just have you do that, and then you and I can go visit my brother sometime in September. And I'm like, okay. After today, I kind of think I need a trip. So Mom and I are going to Camp Gotta Stitch on August 30th up in Berlin, Ohio, with Cross My Heart. We're doing that that weekend, so that's exciting. So if you see on my calendar, I think I just put my calendar back. Yeah. So on my calendar, my stitching calendar, I have the 30th and 31st blocked off for Camp Gotta Stitch. I took Dylan's birthday, August 6th, off too, so I'll be blocking that off in brown as well. Olympics closing ceremony is on the 11th. The last day of the Ohio State Fair is this Sunday, August 4th. Did I say April 11th? It's August 11th for the last day of the Olympics. And World Cross Stitch Day is Tuesday, August 13th. So, coming up. International Hermit and Stitch Group. The International Hermit and Stitch Weekend is the 16th, 17th, and 18th. Maybe the 15th, 16th, 17th, and 18th. So International Hermit and Stitch Weekend, there's a Facebook group. If you look up International Hermit and Stitch Weekend, the whole goal for that is to basically stay in and stitch as much as you can, as much as you want. It's kind of similar to the 24 hours of cross stitch marathons that go on once a quarter, but this what happens every month, and basically the whole thought is to stay home and hermit and stitch. So that is the 15th, 16th, 17th, and 18th of August. Other than that, I don't really have much else going on. Some of the Facebook groups that I'm going to be keeping up with is we have the magazine monthly challenge group. The August theme is Over the Mountains, and the acrostic is either glide, Glide, or hang glide, Hang Glide. And then in September, they're doing AB Singo. So they have the boards out and whatnot, the instructions on how to prepare for AB Singo. They have the letters. And basically your whole goal is to pick a project for all the letters. They always drop one letter off, and they'll announce that letter later on. And then for the month of September, she draws a number every day. Carolyn Zook from C Zook Stitch will draw a number every day. That is the project you stitch 100 stitches on. And the whole goal is to get as many bingos and black out the board as you can in September. So that's coming out for Magazine Monthly Challenge. Fandom Stitching, the August challenge is Fantasyland. They're doing Dashco Olympics and also the weekly challenges. Pop Culture Stitching, I haven't checked to see if they've done the acrostic yet, and I'm also doing by the numbers for them for the year. Magic Stitchdom, that's where you stitch your Disney Park themed thing. This month's movie is Dumbo, and we're doing prompts and character hunt related to the movie Dumbo. Magical Stitches, the book is Queen of Nothing, Book 3, Folk of the Air by Holly Black. I am doing the play. I have kind of agreed for the playlist challenge and the monthly prompts. I'm also doing daily cross stitch and cross stitch 25/7, where the whole goal is to stitch 25 stitches every day, 7 days of the week. Cross stitch 25/7 and daily X stitch. Sane, I'd already kind of said that I had done this in July, the whip wheel. This month, the This or That challenge is gray or rectangles, and they're doing bappening. It's bappening. Bap is big ass project, and you take your stitch height and your stitched width, and you add them together, and then you divide by 2. And if it's over 200, if that little equation's over 200, you can use that width for bappening. The goal is to stitch as much stitches as you can on that. For every 1,000 stitches you submit at the end of the month, you will be given points for their end of year drawing for all their stuff. I'll be doing Stitch Village, stitching on my team again, and Full Coverage Fanatics. They're doing the Olympics spell out through the 20th. On 11/17, you pull out your oldest project and work on it. And then they also have a by the numbers thing for the year. Again, I told you International Hermit and Stitch Weekend was August 15th through 18th. The Extreme Cross Stitch Challenge Group, they have a vernal equinox going on. It's 2,000 stitches in one project every month for the vernal equinox until September. I am way behind on that too, because my project for that was Stained Glass Hello Kitty, and I have not stitched on that since probably March. The calendar challenge for Extreme Cross Stitch for the month of August is the letter A. Haven't done that yet. And also they're doing the 5K stitching. So it's 5,000 stitches on a whip. So WIPGO was square 12 and 15. I spun the roulette and I pulled the B&S card for you. So we did that. 24 hours of cross stitch acrostic. I showed you the sheet was support local. Creatively crafting is the Stitch O and the 8,000 stitches. And I said that the World Cross Stitch Day was August 13th. And Crafts and Books is doing a different Olympics challenge. They have a prompt every day for the Olympics, and you basically just stitch 100 stitches for those prompts. I haven't been keeping up with that either, but that is that. So, if you watched my last video, you've probably seen that I have been working on doing perler beads. I've been getting into melty perler beads. And I don't remember if I showed this on my last video or not, but at one of the stitching retreats, Stitching in the Springs, hosted by Kat Jones, her friend Deborah, who shows up and helps her with planning and whatnot, her friend Deborah, at the March Stitching in the Springs retreat that Mom and I went to, she brought me her stash of perler beads. So I've been going through her regular size perler beads to, sort them out and whatnot. And I came up with this grand idea. So you have a little mason jar, right? You have a little mason jar. I have a stash of scissors, little embroidery scissors. Sorry about that. Little stash of embroidery scissors. I've made a scissor frog, so you can see the holes there. So this little scissor frog, you take your mason jar. This is a short mason jar. I got this one at Michael's, I think, for $2.50. And it sits right on top of your mason jar. And you, in the little slits, so you see the slits, in the little slits, your little embroidery scissors sit right up there. So I am probably going to be making, this is the only one I have made so far. They're really quick to make, maybe 10 to 15 minutes, and then you melt them. I am probably going to be making a bunch of these to fit mason jars. I have another jar that I'm going to use. So, these will be really nice. So, if you're interested, I haven't set a price on these just yet. If you happen to be interested in the scissor frogs, they're really lightweight. They're kind of flat. You can take them with you. You can take them to stitching retreats. You can use the ort jar. You can use the jars for your orts. So I'll probably call them snips and orts. I'll probably call these snips and orts. It's probably what I'm going to call these, because snips for your scissors, and then ort covers. Snips and orts is probably what I'm going to call it. So you can put it on pretty much any jar. These would probably also fit on a coffee mug, a tea cup, any kind of little jar that you might have. Maybe I might make some for a Stanley cup, but who wants to do that with their Stanley cup? So yeah, I have this little perler bead thing, and it sits right on there, and it holds your scissors. So it's a new thing I've been making. I've also been making some more needle minders. Little Star Trek communicator. My friend Kelly is of Don't Run with Scissors. Duckies. So yeah, I have the communicators, the Star Trek communicators. I think I showed you the blue one. What's that? Blue, red, and yellow. Star Wars communicators. So I'm going to be, since we're going to camp, people at camp haven't seen my perler creations yet. Cross My Heart has seen a couple of them, but people at Camp Gotta Stitch haven't seen them. So I'm going to be, over this month, as well as stitching, I'm going to be making some perler things to take with me to camp, to show people kind of like, what I'm doing with it. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to give a little nod to Kelly. Hi, Kelly. Anyway, so hey, Kelly, I'll be reaching out to you. So anyway, that is kind of what I'm going on. I've got going on stitching wise. I'll be doing that, and I'm making some perler bead things to go to camp. Bear with me just a minute. I did want to show you this. So this was the DMC tin that you could get the new 35 colors of floss in. I have the tin. To be careful with this because this has the needle minders I've been making with the perler beads. Added a couple more in here. I don't want to do that because I want to put it over my phone. I have Stanley Cup perler beads, Stanley Cup things making a needle minders, little Totoro, a Snoopy. This is an idea that I'm still kind of toying with. And then we have No Face, a softball, a little watermelon wedge. So I'll be making more needle minders. I haven't put the needles on these yet. As you can see, I have like Stanley Cups. I have like several colors of Stanley Cups. I'll probably be making some more of those for camp. Oh, come on. That was not the best idea. Any of those come up? No. But anyway, so like these are some of the things I have. I have boba teas. I have Tim Hortons cups, Dunkin' Donuts cups, Starbucks cups, Harder Daddy, a Peep, LA Dodgers, the McDonald's Happy Meal buckets, F-bombs, and some Disney Mickey heads. I can make all the different characters. I actually have to do have to actually place an order for more mini beads for this. But anyway, that is my plans for August, is to make more perler bead things and to get some stuff made for camp, so I can take some stuff with me in case people are interested in buying some. So that is all I have for you tonight. This is a little over an hour. Hopefully you got something in here to be inspired. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm gonna hope to do a video through Camp Gotta Stitch weekend for you. That might be the next time that you see me with a full update. It kind of gave you a little bit of a thing, a breakdown of July. So again, for July, I had stitched on 6 projects for 1,632 stitches. The most I stitched on was Coral for 310 stitches, and the least I stitched on was Blossom Blade for 204 stitches for the month of July. There was a lot of downtime. I diamond painted a lot, so that is why I'm going to be doing a diamond painting. I was initially going to combine all of them together and call this a bit of everything, but I was going to put the diamond painting in with this and puzzles and stuff in with this too. But I think because it's already an hour, I'm just going to make these all their own separate thing. So that is what I have for you. And now you have my stitching plans. So I am hoping that there are no more car accidents in my future. I am hoping to get some focus, a little bit of focus back in my life. Hopefully the rest of the Olympics will be going okay for everybody. I've been watching some of the Olympics, listening to them during the day as I work, both in the office and at home, and stuff like that. I've been really happy. There's a lot going on in the U.S. right now. I'm not going to say a whole lot politically. If you've watched any of my channel, you probably can guess which way I'm leaning politically. I'm with her. You just say that very strongly. Because I think the other candidate is a severe threat to the way of life in America as we all know it and have known it for over 50 years. It's not time to go back to the Handmaid's Tale time. It's not time to do that. It'll never be time to do that. And frankly, I believe the other candidate is 1,000% ineligible to serve. We'll just leave it at that. I'm sorry if you disagree with me. You know, any comments that you're going to make on my channel is not going to change my mind. So we'll just leave it at that. Hopefully, you know, if you have a different opinion, you know, go ahead and speak it, but please be civil about it. I'm not here to influence you one way or the other. Just know that go out and vote in November, and we will see where we end up. Go out and vote. It's as simple as that. So anyway, there are lots going on in the U.S. right now, and there's still controversy. There's even controversy in the Olympics. I actually have kind of an opinion on that too, and I kind of won't go into that because yeah, there's somebody's getting the raw end of the deal, and it's not by their choice. So yeah. Anyway, lots of stuff going on. Hopefully you're having a good time. Hopefully you're getting a lot of stitching done. Hopefully you're here for the stitching. And hopefully we can all agree that stitching is what everybody should be doing. And stitching is great and stitching is fun. And hopefully we can share stitching with each other, no matter what other differences we may have. And that being said, hopefully you guys are having a good month so far. I'm looking forward to the rest of the Olympics. I'm looking forward to going to Camp Gotta Stitch in August, meeting up with a bunch of friends. There's lots of meetups going on. I'm actually hoping to get some speed puzzling practice done. Just, you know, it's always fun. I have some new puzzles that I'm going to be sharing on another video snippet for Bugs Puzzled, which is the new kind of little piece of my YouTube channel. It's Bugs Puzzled. Bug is a nickname that I got when I was a baby learning to crawl. My family started calling me that. So when I joined roller derby back in 2005, I wanted to use that. Now everybody in roller derby knows me as Bug, so it fits me just perfect. I grew up being called Bug by my family, by my mom, by my dad, my stepdad. Everybody called me Bug, so it was everybody's Bug. So, yep, my new puzzle part of my channel is Bugs Puzzled. So I'll be sharing some new puzzles that I got, and hopefully doing some speed puzzling little time trials for everybody. All right, so that's all I have for you. Hopefully your weekend's going good. Hopefully everything is going well. My cat Mouse is just jumping up here. Come here. Can you come over here? Can you come over here? Come here. Come here. You don't get to see Mousy with her stubby little tail and her mousy butt. Yeah, it's her stubby little tail. Can you say hi to the peoples? Can you say hi to the peoples? This is Mousy. Hi, Mousy. She's my cat that likes to fetch. She likes to fetch. Mousy, where you going? Where you going? She's also the smallest of our 4 cats. She's decided to get some loving. Yeah. Yeah. Mousy. She just wants to sit with mommy and play. She likes to fetch. She didn't bring me a fetch toy. Normally she brings me a fetch toy, but she didn't today. All right, so that being said, Mouse and I are going to say goodnight, and hopefully you guys have had a good week. Hopefully you guys have a good month. Hopefully July was good for you. Mousy's... Mousy, you can see her eyeball that just got closest to the camera. Mouse, hey, stop. Her eye is clouded over. There is a reason for that. A lot of people don't know. When Mouse was born, she and some of her litter mates and some other feral cats were living on my husband's niece's property in Williamstown, West Virginia. And right next to their, well, the next section of property over from her fiance's property, is owned by a little construction company. I think they do like road construction and stuff. They have construction equipment, like, you know, big yellow earthwork type, you know, construction things. And Mouse, her son, her 3-year-old son, named her Mouse, Mouse. That's how they were calling her. Anyway, one of the construction crew guys called up Mike, her fiance, and said, I think one of the kittens that you guys are taking care of fell into the machinery and is kind of hurt. So Mike went over, and a couple of the construction guys and Mike managed to pull Mouse out of whatever machine, earth extractor machine she had gotten into. And she was hurt. She was injured. That's why her tail is only this long, and it has 2 90-degree cricks in it. They think that, you know, her tail was injured and chopped off in the machinery. And she also was, you know, being an outdoor cat, she also had eye injury and, you know, respiratory issues, as most outdoor kittens like that do. And her, you know, she had facial damage and stuff, so they cleaned her up. And her eye has always been cloudy like that. And we think that it happened when she was in the machinery and got hurt. Well, anyway, they got her cleaned up. So, you know, my niece's son had named her Mouse. And she was one of the tinier ones in the litter. I don't think she was the runt that they had, but she was the tiny one. Anyway, after we picked up Misty, Misty is the gray-haired tabby that we have with the little black heart. Misty is actually about a month younger than Mouse, we feel. A couple weeks younger than Mouse. Mouse is the oldest kitten that we have. We have 2 kittens. Mouse is the oldest kitten. We have Harvey and Char. Harvey and Char are both over 10 years old. But Mouse is the smallest of the 4 and the oldest of the 2 kittens. And they're now 2 years. The kittens are 2 years old now. So, anyway, Mouse, she's always had the clouded eye. When we first picked up Mouse, we got Misty after Memorial Day weekend 2 years ago. Misty was found on the side of the road up near Marysville, Ohio, by a lady in my neighborhood, and they couldn't keep her. Her 3 other litter mates were dead on the side of the road next to her in a box or something, and they waited around to see if Mom Cat showed up. Mom didn't show up, so they brought her home from Marysville with them, but they couldn't keep her. So they posted on our little community's Facebook group, and Mom and I went over and saw Misty. We brought Misty home that night. So we got Misty. A couple weeks later, Dylan and I went to West Virginia to visit the niece for the weekend, and we brought Mouse home with us. We were going to bring Mouse's brother home, but Mom had picked out Misty, so we left the brother with the niece for Mouse, but we brought Mouse home because Mouse was just cute as heck. Mouse fetches, that's her favorite thing, and she's my favorite cat. I'm going to be really sad when her time comes, because she's my favorite cat out of our 4. But, you know, I love all my cats, but Mouse is special. Mouse is a mom cat, for sure, and Mouse likes to be with me all the time, and she'll bring me her fetch toy. I'm the only one that she really likes to play fetch with, and she'll bring me her fetch toy. If I'm working, if I'm sleeping, if I'm eating, if I'm in the bathroom, she brings me her fetch toy. But anyway, that was Mouse. Her eye's always been clouded, but when we first took her to the vet took a look at her and could see that there was some injury, you know, that had happened with the eye. And the vet even said that the pupils and everything seemed to be working fine. It's just the eye is cloudy. And the vet said that she didn't have a cataract or anything that he could see. It's just, you know, with the injury to the actual eyeball, you know, it probably just made it cloudy. So you look at her and, you know, she has a weird cloudy eye. It's really cute. and her stubby tail and everything. And then the fun thing, when she runs, she hops like a rabbit. So she hops like a rabbit when she runs. It's really cute. And then when she walks, her two back legs do this. They cross over each other when she's walking. It's really cute. And again, we think it's probably because of the injuries she sustained. She probably had a back leg injury or a back end injury, you know, when her tail got chopped off. But she's cute. She's our little mousy. We love her to death. We love all four of our cats. Harvey Dent is a half orange, half black face. Charmander is her sister with the, Harvey is a calico, a black calico with a half orange, half black face. Harvey Dent, two-face. And then her sister, Charmander, is a gray tabby, has almost another half orange, half gray tabby face. And also orange tabby tipped tail. Therefore her name was Charmander, after the Pokemon with the flame tail. Then we have Misty. Mom named Misty when we picked her up. And she's got the little black heart nose. It's really cute. And then Mouse. M-A-U-S. That's how we spell it. Mouse. Like the German tank. But she's cute. Our four cats. So, anyway, a little segue, and I intended to cut this off over 10 minutes ago, but I got into a segue. Welcome to the Midwest, you guys. Welcome to Ohio. Our goodbyes are always long, and we'll be talking another 45 minutes if I don't wrap this up. So, that being said, keep your head up and keep moving forward. I'm going to try and get past the fact we got rear-ended today, and the guy drove off. Really icky. I do most of our driving. What was that in the window? I have no idea what that just was in the window. Weird. Okay. Anyway, I'll be hopefully getting some more stitching done. I got more stitching done in July than I did in June. I only got about 500 or 600 stitches done in June. I got about 1,000 more than that in July. I'm hoping to get more stitching done in August and also plan for the retreat. I'm looking forward to that. In September, Mom and I are also... No, we're not doing anything in September. It's October. October 4th, 5th, and 6th. We're going to the Fall Stitch-In in Warren, Ohio. And then November 8th, 9th, and 10th is the Stitching in the Springs Fall Retreat in Yellow Springs, Ohio. So looking forward to Camp Gotta Stitch, the Fall Stitch-In, and Stitching in the Springs, the Fall Stitching in the Springs in November. So those are the 3 events we got to. Again, keep your head up and keep moving forward because it's all we can do. And we'll see you soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below if you haven't yet. Hopefully you got something out of my channel. I know I didn't do the proper intro, and I'm sorry about that. I'm not going to go back and do that now. But just know that you're welcome. I enjoy meeting new friends, and welcome to the family. All right? Take care, everybody. We'll see you soon. Bye. Hi again, FlossTube friends. It's me. I forgot to talk to you about some stuff that I have. I have a little bit of haul and stuff to show you. So one of the things, for the last couple of years, I have been getting Craftways Christmas hardback books in the mail. And this year's came in. It's called A Cross Stitch Christmas, A Festive Spirit. So this is from Craftways. They've sent me these books for the last couple of years, and I've been collecting them. And I've been trying to find them for a while. So when you get these books, you also get a free gift. This was the free gift called Holiday Trios. It's a set of patterns that you can stitch. I can't show you everything in here. Like some skaters. Bah Humbug. Stuff like that. That's in here. I think this Bah Humbug I already have. There's some festive trees and some stockings that you can stitch. There we go. So it's the skaters, the trees, and the stockings. But the book is really nice. I've been enjoying the book. Christmas Elegance, that stained glass Christmas tree. No, it wasn't in here. It was in the keepsakes calendar. Never mind. Strike that. Reverse it. So there's quite a few cute things in here, like, you know, the Barbara Anna snowman. I think this is a Barbara Anna snowman right here. Just some different neat stuff in here to stitch. It's not Christmas without cookies. Just some neat patterns. So I think Pam from Pam and Steph of Just Keep Stitching, Pam gets this book as well. They got theirs. And I don't know if Seazook Stitch gets this book or if she's done a walkthrough, but she's done that. This is really cute. This is called Lollipop Christmas. Just some really neat stitching patterns that you can do. Baby, It's Cold Outside, the snowman in the teacup. Stuff like that. So there's some really, really neat. Ooh, look at that. Where is that one? I missed that one. Look at that. Santa in a hot air balloon. I like that one. So, yeah, that picture looks a little washed out. Lots of different things you can stitch in here, you guys. Lots of neat things. Lots of neat things in here to stitch. A lot of different kinds of designers. Oh, look. Main Street Memories. Some Main Street houses that you can stitch and make a village. Little village sets. Really kind of cute. Alright, I'm not going to do a full walkthrough, but you get the idea. So this is a Cross Stitch Christmas, A Festive Spirit. This is the 2024 book from Craftways. Is it Craftways? I think it's Craftways. Yeah, Craftways Corporation. So, A Festive Christmas Spirit. With the little freebie insert that you always get with the book. So that was kind of nice. I picked up house number 7 in the Fabulous House series by Cottage Garden Samplings, the House Barn. They have another one that is ready for me that I have to go pick up. So the House Barn. Oh, there's where my June stuff is. I found my June stuff. We got the Cross Stitch Halloween edition, the 2024 special edition. Now, if you are a Just Cross Stitch subscriber, you actually get the this edition as part of your subscription now. It used to be, you used to have to order it separately. Yeah, you used to have to purchase it separately. But now, starting this year, Just Cross Stitch is including the Halloween issue as part of your subscription because they changed Just Cross Stitch from a monthly magazine to a quarterly magazine. They made it bigger, so they're including more projects, but they're only publishing it 4 times a year. So, and then you get the Just Cross Stitch ornament issue, so that's your fifth magazine, and they decided to include the Halloween edition as your 6th magazine for your subscription. So you actually get the Just Cross Stitch Halloween issue sent to you. There's a lot of cute ones in here, you guys, including the poison potion bottle. This cat in a hot air balloon. Look at that cat in the hot air balloon, you guys. Cute. Cats and pumpkins always do it. Cats and pumpkins always do it. Look at that pumpkin face. Cats and pumpkins. There's a lot of neat things in here. Seazook Stitch, Carolyn Zook. She has probably done a really nice flip through for everybody on this already. So if you go to her channel, Seazook Stitch, you can see a full flip through of the magazine on her channel. If she hasn't done it already, she's probably going to do it soon. So just be on the lookout for that. So we got the Halloween just cross stitch. I was going to go over some June numbers with you. Maybe. I did 531 stitches in the month of June. I might have already done this on one project. Let It Snow. I'm not going to show that to you. But Mo's Sale, I collect Mo's Sale floss. Mom and I do the 12 Days of Christmas unboxing. They did a Pride floss for June, and I picked up 2 hanks of their Pride floss. It's gorgeous. 2 100 yard hanks, and it is called Rainbow. And this is Mo's Sale on Facebook. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm hoping to use these for something. Beautiful flosses. Got the Pride flosses for Mo's Sale. Really happy about that. So this is the Stitch Me Fabric of the Month for June and July. So for June's Fabric of the Month is Aquarius. It's a really pretty blue variegation. Really pretty blue variegation. Look at that. It's called Aquarius. Really pretty. Really pretty blue. And I get the 40 count Verdal. Really nice fabric. Really great fabric to stitch on. I am loving stitching on this 40 count fabric from the Stitch Me. So glad I'm in this thing. My 40 count fabric stash is increasing immensely. Thanks to Brandy of the Stitch Me. July's Fabric of the Month for 2024 is called Twinkle. This one I'm excited to show you. This one is really, really, really pretty. This is in blues, pinks, and purples. Blues, pinks, and purples, if you can imagine this. This is 40 count. Look. Blues, pinks, and purples. Show you this side. Blues, pinks, and purples. It's absolutely stunning. Love this. Love this. I have to figure out what I can stitch on this, but yes. Those were my Stitch Me fabrics for June and July. So I don't think I showed them to you. Stitch Me fabrics. All right. It's my June thing. So some of the projects that I've been pulling out to stitch are Pinker and Pumpkin. Pinker and Pumpkin quilting. I've been collecting the salt box houses from Pinker and Pumpkin Quilting. You can get them free on their blog, Pinker and Pumpkin Quilting blogspot. This, for instance, is called A Cold Winter's Day Dots Salt Box. Cold Winter's Day Dots Salt Box. Here is a July one. I've been printing all of these off, so I'm hoping to stitch some more of these. I have one done. Molly Williams Homestead. Look at that. It's patriotic. So I've been hoping to stitch some more of those. I stitched the candy corn salt box 2 years ago, maybe last year, I think, on that. So we have that to go through. And that's all I have for you. Just the little bit of haul that I forgot to show you. I have another, I believe I have another house series to pick up at Cross My Heart. So I'll probably do that sometime soon. And that is all I have. I just wanted to show you the additional haul that I forgot that I wanted to show you guys. So that's all I have for you. Hopefully you'll get some inspiration out of this, and that'll be that. So thank you for stopping by to visit, and thank you for bearing with me again as I record something really late in the morning. It's time for me to go to bed. So I will check out and wish you all good night. Take care, everybody. See you soon next time. Bye.